Hi, my name is Rena and I'm going to take you through a little shoulder and hip opening yoga practice. This video is dedicated to Chelsea and to gratitude today. So throughout your practice, I'd like you to just find one thing that you feel grateful for. And it doesn't matter if it's a person, a place, a thing, a feeling. Just one thing to come back to if at any time you feel distracted. And if at any time you feel discomfort, pain, or weirdness, please come out of the pose. Come back in when you're ready or not. Pain is always an indicator that something is wrong. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started sitting on our mats. So we're going to sit however is comfortable for you. And if that's cross-legged, that's totally cool. If it's legs out on your knees, whatever feels right. If you are sitting cross-legged, switch the cross of your feet so that it's the one you don't usually do. And then bring our palms down on our thighs. And we'll begin by rolling our shoulders up, down, and back. Up, down, and back. Nice and slow. Taking a few rotations here and then starting to incorporate our breath. Inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling the shoulders back. Inhaling up and exhaling back. And then come back to a nice, straight, neutral spine, planting our tailbone into the mat, closing our eyes, allowing our spine to be straight and strong, our chin slightly tucked, and the top of our head reaching towards the sky or ceiling. And come into a nice, deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Begin to make the inhales deep enough that it fills your stomach with air, and your exhales loud enough that you can hear them. We'll gently flutter open our eyes when we're ready. And if you don't have a lot of time today, if you have a very limited practice space, then just come into a breath practice. It's amazing what breath can do and how it can affect our whole body by moving that diaphragm muscle, filling the heart, opening that chest. Anyway, so we're going to take one hand in front of us. We're going to take the other hand and we're going to take those fingers back towards the arm. Our arm needs to be straight for this pose, and this is stretching our flexor muscles of our forearm, and all the way up our arm this will affect us. I like to do my thumbs separate so they can hang loose. I feel like it gets a better stretch for me. And just holding this as long as there's no discomfort. Allowing for some relaxation, and if your arm's tired, feel free to use the ground. To release, very slowly let those fingers come straight and just hold the hands in neutral. Next, we will tuck our thumb underneath our fingers, roll the fingers over the thumb, bring our thumb or our hand around our fist, and then bring our fist down towards our arm, stretching the back side of our arm or our extensor muscles. Again, you can use the ground to make this a little deeper if you need. And to come out of this, just gently letting the arm come straight. Keeping that thumb tucked, we're going to do the thumb as well by finding that little ball bone on the back of our wrist. It's only on one side. This is our ulna. We're going to take our thumb towards that while it's tucked in our fingers. You can use your opposite hand or the ground. Just stretching out that side of the thumb. This is a particularly valuable stretch for me as I am a massage therapist and my thumbs can get quite tired. And releasing nice and slow. And then we'll do the other side, just giving those hands a little shake and a little break. So hand out front, over the fingertips and stretch them back. If you do a lot of work with your hands, arms, if you just work hard in general, I think these stretches are super valuable because we need these. We need these to be strong and capable, our arms. Releasing very gently with the fingers flat. Tucking that thumb, curling the fingers over, holding our fist and bringing it back towards our arm with a straight arm. Using the ground to deepen this pose if you like. And coming out super gently, keeping that thumb tucked, finding that little round bone. It's on the pinky side. And then we're going to take the fist towards that side, away from the thumb, getting a nice thumb stretch. These little pollicis muscles could be quite tight if you use your thumbs a lot. And releasing gently. Switching the crossing of our legs. We're going to do a little bit of our neck, so we're going to bring one ear to one shoulder and just letting gravity do this work. There's no pulling, pushing, simply letting gravity stretch the side of our neck and letting our shoulders relax down away from our ears. And if you need a little bit more of a stretch, the opposite palm can push away. And if you're getting any numbness, tingling, or weird sensations, you can just come out for a moment and come back in, or choose to come less into this stretch. We'll roll the chin to the chest and slowly switch sides. The opposite ear to the opposite shoulder, relaxing the shoulders and extending the arm if you did on the other side. And it's totally normal for one side to feel tighter. Rolling the chin to the chest, we'll come back to our first side again with our chin, or with our ear to our shoulder. And with our ear to our shoulder, we're going to slowly look down towards our armpit to stretch into the back of the neck, the posterior muscles, the erectors and the levator, posterior scalene. If you have any tightness back there, this is such a nice stretch. And looking forward, and then returning the head to neutral. We'll do the same side again that we just did, but this time we're going to look up to stretch the front side of our neck. And breathe deep. If it's hard to breathe, you're too far into a pose. Back off a little. Coming neutral, looking forward, and then bringing the spine straight. And we'll take our other side. Ear to our shoulder. Look down towards our armpit. Looking forward. And then returning the spine straight. Bringing our ear to the same shoulder once again. And looking up to stretch the front side of our neck. Looking forward and returning our spine to neutral. We're going to come into a shoulder opening pose. So we're going to come laying on one of our sides. Our shoulder is going to be underneath of us. If you have any shoulder pain and this doesn't feel right, I'll show you a variation after this, so just lay on your back, stretch out your shoulders however you feel right. Bring the opposite hand on top of that palm and out in front of you. I like to bend my knees to get a little bit of support here. And then this top hand is going to trace the ground, and when it gets to the top of your head, it's going to switch to the back side and go all the way behind you, and it can float away from the ground. As long as it's going around. And if it touches the ground, that's good too. And if there's something in your way, feel free to move it.